Who is that? Who is who?
That's Mike.
That's Mike.
When police investigate a murder case, they expect the unexpected, but sometimes the discoveries they make are beyond anyone's wildest imagination. Here are 4 times where police detected the unthinkable. Starting with the case where a bird's testimony turned the whole case around. This is Bud, the parrot that witnessed a murder. In 2015, a woman named Glenna Durham shot her husband Martin 5 times in their Michigan home. However, when the cops arrived at the scene, they found Glenna with a gunshot wound to her head. So they figured that the couple were both victims of the crime. Glenna, who barely survived, only further confirmed that this was in fact what had happened. But, unbeknownst to her, her parrot had witnessed the entire incident between her and her husband. Trained to mimic human speech, the parrot soon began squawking phrases from the conversation that occurred right before Martin's death. When officers heard this parrot's testimony, they immediately began to suspect that Glenna was the actual murderer and that her head wound had been from a failed attempt to take her own life. Although the prosecution against Glenna really considered the absolutely bizarre option of having the parrot testify in court, in the end, they managed to get more than enough evidence, so it wasn't necessary. And Glenna was later sentenced to prison because of her own parrot. This was just one case among 4 other chilling cases. In the next case, a police officer solves a murder mystery that had remained unsolved for 28 years. In the fall of 1994, a tragic event unfolded in Atlanta. 18-year-old Jafford Tucker, aspiring for a music career, was murdered by his acquaintance, 19-year-old Muhammad Bilal El Amin, at the Oakland City MARTA station. El Amin fled, becoming a fugitive. The case went cold, but remained in the hearts of Tucker's family, especially his uncle, Ernest Cook. Nearly 28 years later, Deputy Devin Blair in Oconee County stopped a car for expired registration, unknowingly stepping into this long unsolved case.
What's your last name?
Sakim.
Sakim. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me. All right. So here's what's gonna happen, Sakim. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to place you into custody today. Okay. You're gonna have to go down to jail.
Oh no.
You gotta get booked in. They're gonna take your fingerprints and picture, and you'll get a bond. But because you're driving on a suspended license, you gotta go down to jail.
This was the killer who had evaded the cops for nearly 3 decades. He claimed his name was Sekem, and when informed that he would be booked and taken to jail, he was devastated. Not because of the bond he was going to pay to get released, but because his picture and fingerprints were going to get taken at the precinct, and he realized his days of evading arrest might soon be over.
Sir, I did not know. I have children, I have a sick uncle, and I run the household.
I got you.
No, I really do.
We don't have a choice at this time.
Please
so we're
put
placing you
Auntie.
in arrest. Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back, please.
Please put Auntie on the
Put your hands
phone.
behind your back. Who set the phone up on the car?
They put me under arrest right now. I don't know.
The cops were very lenient, which might have been very different if they knew what dangerous criminal they were dealing with. However, El Amin's next actions would reveal how he was able to evade arrest for almost 3 decades.
Aunt is old. She's 80 years old. Sir, I have a child at the house that they cannot take care of.
What all do you need out of your car?
Sir, I beg you. I beg of y'all. I will not touch my car. You can take my keys out.
What all do you need out of your car?
He named all sorts of family emergencies in an attempt to persuade the cop to release him and issue citations instead.
On everything, my aunt just had a stroke. My uncle just had a stroke 2.5 weeks ago. I'm here helping my family. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a crook. I won't drive. I'll have my cousin.
Can you slide your legs in for us?
You're not going to speak to me?
No, unfortunately, I told you. I've already explained my position to you.
Ow, this hurts.
I don't have a choice.
It was evident El Amin was very good at maneuvering his way out of situations like this, but his increasing nervousness was working against him. Luck appeared to have deserted him that day, yet he wasn't about to give up.
Deputy, so many people rely upon me. You do not know.
You can get in and get out. All right.
It was clear he was getting booked, and no amount of persuasion or finessing was going to get him out of this. After being taken to the Oconee County Jail, he was fingerprinted. The prints were then run through the law enforcement database, which revealed his true identity. He was soon charged to court and is now facing capital punishment charges. While El Amin managed to evade punishment for 28 years, the suspect in this next case wasn't so lucky. In this particular case, you'll encounter one of the dumbest criminals I've ever seen. On July 7th, 2020, Louisiana State Trooper Nielsen pulled over Michael Mitchell in a black and orange striped Chevrolet Camaro for driving at 73 miles per hour on a 55-mile-per-hour highway. Officer Nielsen took a friendly approach to the situation, but he could never have guessed how this encounter would pan out.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Trooper Nielsen, Louisiana State Police. The reason why I stopped you was for speeding. You have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Then why are you driving?
I was just
Okay.
going home.
What's your name, man?
Michael.
Michael. Whose car is this, man? Your big brother's?
Michael claimed the vehicle belonged to his big brother, admitting to driving without a license, a charge sufficient for arrest. However, the officer didn't seem overly concerned about the license, but the situation took a turn when the officer began to notice certain details.
What's your address?
I got him.
No, stop. Come here. Where do you live? It's easy. You don't know how to drive to your house?
I was coming from there, how I got lost.
So what's the address?
When asked about his address, Michael appeared confused, claiming he doesn't know his own address. The cop obviously didn't believe this, so he escorted the suspect to his patrol car and proceeded to search through the vehicle from which he had pulled the suspect. The officer was shocked by his discovery. The driver's section of the vehicle was littered with bullet holes.
When did all this happen? When did all that happen?
That happened.
When?
My brother, he said it.
How long ago?
happened,
Days?
yeah, it was like,
Okay, come back. Just leave this here. Come back here. Just stay right here in front of my car.
Michael gave an unclear explanation regarding the origin of the bullet holes, and with each turn of the event, he kept fueling the cop's growing suspicions. The cop maintained composure and radioed various police departments in the area to inquire about any incidents involving gunshots related to that specific Chevrolet vehicle. Whilst this was happening, a person arrived with information that dramatically altered the direction of the police's suspicions.
Except for him, the car missing. Hey!
Okay, give me your phone. Hey, man. Okay, what? His name is Mike. He's not given that name, though.
I got to go back to work.
Okay.
Apparently, the son of the owner of the Chevrolet, named Michael, was reported missing, coincidentally sharing the same name as the suspect. The suspect had lied about the car belonging to his brother, and the officer knew something wasn't right.
Did you give me your right name?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Michael.
Who took the car? Who took that car from whoever it belonged to?
He gave me permission for the car.
Mike gave you permission to drive this car?
Yes, sir.
Who gave him permission?
This is what.
Backup had started to arrive at this point. Realizing the suspect was still withholding the truth, the officer proceeded to radio the station for further details about the missing Michael.
Evidently, I mean, you got the 3 bullet holes in it, and the boy's been reported missing. Do we need to do anything specific with the car? I just don't want something bad to come back on this with me letting it go.
The cop still couldn't get enough information, and he started to get frustrated, considering releasing the suspect. However, as he started recounting the incident to the other officer, they both noticed something peculiar.
Go looking for the person who owns the car, find out that the son of the owner of the car is missing, and now we got bullet holes all in the car.
I got you.
See? I'm gonna do the obvious thing I want to do.
Signaling the backup officers to stay alert, he proceeded to open the trunk. They were taken aback by what they found.
Yep. Hey. Hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
The cops found the missing Michael dead with gunshot wounds in the back of the trunk. The suspect displayed a clear lack of judgment, driving above the speed limit with a car littered with bullet holes and a dead person in the trunk. As soon as he was read his Miranda rights, the officers initiated questioning.
Who is that? Who is that?
Listen,
Who is who?
that's Mike.
That's Mike. How did Mike get there? Tell me.
It wasn't me, man. It was.
Okay.
I just hit him. I just hit him, bro. I did.
You just hit him?
I did.
Okay.
The cops unraveled the truth, leading Michael to eventually plead guilty to manslaughter. Consequently, he was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment with hard labor. Michael was an idiot, speeding and breaking traffic laws with a dead body in the trunk. But the suspect in this next case wasn't any wiser.
Because I feel like you're fucking with me. What the hell? What's the deal?
You understand how this looks, right?
Meet Justin Carver, someone whose lack of wisdom you will soon discover. On May 5th, 2023, police officers responded to a welfare check at Lainey Carver's residence after her sister informed them that Lainey's phone had consistently gone to voicemail all week. Upon arrival, they sensed something wasn't right, which made them approach the check with utmost seriousness.
Did it smell when you went to the door?
You smell it? No, I do.
They detected a foul smell emanating from inside and observed flies gathering on the floor. They checked the waste bin to confirm the odor wasn't from there. Having surveyed the premises, including repeated knocking, they then decided to approach the neighbors.
Have you seen Lainey recently?
The girl?
Yeah, next door neighbor.
Just the guys over there.
When's the last time you seen them?
Him, he usually walks up and down the road, but her, I haven't seen her in a while.
How long would a while be? Days, months?
Day or two.
Couple days.
Three?
Yeah.
3 days or something like that.
When's the last time you seen the boys?
Yesterday.
Okay, so nobody today.
Have you heard any fighting, anything in the last 2 days? Any
When's the
loud
last time you
commotion?
seen her? I know it would be not abnormal for you to hear yelling and screaming coming from over there. So.
From the neighbor's testimony, the last sighting of her was 3 days ago, but they pointed out a man they frequently observed around the area. The cops didn't stop here, and they proceeded to inquire from the other neighbors.
30s?
Yeah, probably like early mid-30s maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's only been there for like a few weeks because the tent wasn't there. And then the tent showed up and then he was around, so.
Right. Any commotions or anything in the last couple of days or
no,
before
like
then?
yelling or fighting or anything like that.
Nothing?
We hear. They're pretty quiet for the most part, but
Okay.
the most I see out of the dude is just like sometimes he walks up and down the road. Today he was riding a bike, so.
Do you know what color bike it was?
I didn't pay attention.
Okay. Was it just a bike or a tricycle?
Like just like a full-size like license bike almost.
Okay. Alrighty.
They went back to check and noticed the air conditioning was functioning, meaning someone might be indoors.
The AC's working.
Not wanting to break into the home just yet, they attempted calling Lainey's phone repeatedly, but to no avail. They even tried to peek inside the house using a bench, but their view was obstructed by the backboards.
Check her out in all of the hospitals to see if she's there.
After checking different hospitals in the vicinity, to no avail, they returned to attempt entry into the house, prepared to use force if necessary. However, as they approached the door, they witnessed a young man exiting, and they could immediately tell something was wrong.
Did you hear us knocking before? Were you knocked out?
No, I was sleeping in there.
I'm glad you woke up because you're about to come inside. We're looking for Mom. Have you seen her?
She's not around right now.
Do you know where she's at? Sister's asking for her. She's not in any trouble or anything like that.
When was the last time you saw her?
A few days ago.
Where'd she go?
She just went to the store and said she'd be back in a while.
He swiftly took a seat to obstruct the entrance. He avoided eye contact with the officers while answering their questions, displaying visible nervousness.
Is it abnormal for Mom to be gone for days at a time?
Sometimes.
Where does she usually go? Does she have a favorite place where she likes to go when she's not home?
Not that I know of.
Did she tell you anything out of the normal when last time you saw her?
No.
What happened the last time you guys were together?
She gave me a few cigarettes and a little bit of food and some hand soap to wash my hands. Told me I could come stay back here.
His responses were short, and his reaction did not reflect the reaction one would expect from someone informed that their mother might be missing.
When's the last time you text, called her, or anything like that? Okay.
When was the last time you saw Dad?
A week ago.
Do you know where he's staying at?
No, I heard that she might have called the cops on him.
Yeah, he got arrested the 25th of last month.
Do you know who stays in the tent?
Well, that's what I was saying before she said I didn't come in the house.
Oh, she told you could come before she left?
The observant cops knew this wasn't normal behavior. Given the smell and other factors, they suspected there was more to the situation, and they acted accordingly, asking if they could come in. That's when the suspect pulled a stunt that surprised the cops.
Or anything, he went inside to make sure she's not in there.
on my house.
Huh?
I can't tell you no.
Okay. Then we're looking for mom, so we just want to make sure mom's not stowed away in a closet or something. Dad didn't come back and retaliate for getting arrested or something like that. You can lead the way if you so please.
I'm not gonna lock the door.
You could go in, but you could go in. Just lead us through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have a key?
no.
Why would you lock the door behind you?
I just usually do that.
So how do you get in?
I don't know.
How about this other little door that's over here?
It's just barricaded up.
With what?
Garbage cans and stuff.
So how do you get in the house without you lock the door? Because I feel like you're fucking with me. What the hell? What's the deal?
I'm not trying to fucking understand.
You understand how this looks, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you get in the house since you locked the door?
I'll probably sleep in the tent.
Are you not supposed to be in the house? Is that why you locked the door?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's fine. We're not worried about that. We just want to make sure.
Right now is finding mom.
That's it.
After assuring him that he wasn't in trouble, he led them in through another entrance. Upon opening the door, instead of ushering the cops inside, he promptly took a seat, which caught their attention. One officer stayed with him while the other proceeded to inspect the house.
Are you sure mom's not in there?
I don't know. I just stayed in my room, stayed in my living room.
We're already in, so we're gonna find out. So
I understand, sir.
So you're gonna tell me you didn't know mom was in there?
No, sir.
Jennifer, and because now they got a whole bigger issue.
After putting him in handcuffs and reading him his rights, they proceeded to question him once more.
When we first got here and talked to you, you said you hadn't seen mom in how long?
A few days.
A few days.
We were talking around the house here. I mean, you know, I seen her riding a bike and she gave me a few cigarettes and stuff and told me to stop back by the house later. And I came and stopped back by the house later and we were talking and cleaning up the yard and cleaning up the house and everything. She told me I could stay inside and that was a few days ago.
But you said that wasn't the truth, that you weren't supposed to be staying inside.
No.
Yes, when we talked to you over there, I said you're not supposed to be here. That's so.
No contact order.
Okay.
I believe.
Do you know if it's still active or no?
No, sir.
He wasn't supposed to be at that house, given the existence of a no-contact order against him, which makes him an even more suspicious person.
What is there no contact order between you and mom for?
We got into a dispute. She said I slapped her, I punched her.
So battery?
Yes, sir.
Okay, domestic stuff.
This further heightens suspicion surrounding him, especially considering his past history of assaulting his mother.
Did you notice anything different while you've been staying here?
7007 Equal Boulevard, 7007 Equal Boulevard, Closet Millican, make contact with complaint reference.
Did that not raise any alarm to you?
Little.
Did you go and check?
I did kind of look in there. Let's see, I guess I should have a cell phone or anything I should call it.
So you saw her in the position that she's currently in now?
Yes, sir.
Any idea why she is deceased?
No, sir.
What could have happened?
No, sir.
Okay.
I really don't.
I gotcha.
He was charged with failing to report death to a medical examiner, to which he pled guilty persistently. Currently, he is being held at Charlotte County Jail. If you like this video, watch this video.